Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Ah. Good evening, everybody. It's Zero Quirks Legends Gaming Black Desert Mobile. Welcome, welcome in. Happy Monday night. Happy pre-Halloween, Halloween Eve. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us. Got lots of stuff tonight. Lots of things to talk about. But first and foremost, let's go over what's going to be on for tonight. Number one, we do not have Node War, so we will have our normal Black Sun in about an hour. Our giveaway will be about halfway through that, and then there's no Node War, so we'll probably do some other PvP, maybe Raminus. But I know that with Halloween events going on and the decorations that they've been giving out, that there are some of you that have decided to redecorate your camps. And I have asked a few. I asked members of my guild if they were redecorating, if I could come visit. I've got a few of them who said yes, and we're gonna go around and check a few people's camps and see how their decorations are for Halloween. Good morning, Yang. So Black Sun giveaway. We'll do some camp visiting, and then probably some Raminus PvP to end out the month. Now, what? So then the other question is, what are we getting in our update tonight? So if you read the notice that Pearl posted, the notice, it is going to be a revamp of Chaos Rift. So hopefully you have not done your Rift today. Even better is if you saved your Rift scrolls from last week. That would be even better. But if not, so Rift scroll time is going to decrease per scroll 18 minutes, and their drop rate is going to increase they say like by the same percentage point as far as the amount of time that is. So they're trying to make that more efficient for people, which is really, really nice. And then, can you tell I have not logged in at all today? But tomorrow they're giving the skeletal barding horse appearance ticket. All right. So we've got an hour before well, a little bit less than an hour before Black Sun. Um, so you guys may have noticed I went live yesterday with a new game. Just trying out a different game, V Rising, and I was doing that in partnership um, with a fellow streamer, somebody who I've followed and supported for a long time now, um, almost about 2 years now. Yeah, Dahlia the hologram. Right now, she is streaming, I think, on YouTube. She's streaming Starfield. Uh, anyways, I met her when I was playing Elion, and I was looking for streamers who were playing Elion that were also doing PvP, and she was one of the few that was streaming and playing PvP. And I joined her clan at that time, and just is a she's she's a wonderful, consistent streamer. Does a lot of Bethesda games, which is, I mean, she's doing Starfield right now. Let me go ahead and oh, she might have actually ended her stream for today. But definitely go check her out. We have been talking about collabing on other games as well. So one of the things that I'm looking to do is kind of branch out a little bit beyond BDM. So we will see how that goes. But I'm excited to try different games on stream. I know I tried to do that with Lost Ark, and that didn't work out very well because Lost Ark became just like a ridiculous money pit, and like could never get into the raids that were worthwhile streaming, and it became just um like a lot of streaming the grind. And um yesterday when I was streaming V Rising, I kind of ended the stream pretty early. Well, Dahlia, the reason why is because I don't like streaming like grinding, like where I'm actively grinding. Now, mind you, like right now, AFK grinding in BDM, but I'm using this opportunity, AFK grinding, to talk to you guys. It's a little bit different, right? If I'm trying to actively grind, my like mental focus has to be on like what's going on in the game. And so I have a harder time like looking at what people are saying in chat. Like I missed a couple of people who chatted at me last night, and I was just like on some of these like active things, I just have a really hard time because I get like super focused into it, and then like I miss chats and stuff like that. So things I'm working on, different things, fun things, kind of in the pipeline. However, I also started the stream earlier than usual tonight because I have something that I wanted to kind of put down on stream. And have and and be able to reference it like later, maybe even clip it into some videos or yeah, trying different things, yeah. So if you remember a few weeks ago, I went up to New York to Adventures Oasis, and I went up there with a very specific purpose to meet BDO players and to network with them, get involved in their community, to start a conversation about what it's like playing mobile, and to talk about their experiences on playing BDO. Well, I really haven't had the cough until like now. So, one of the things that I kind of uh, committed to them was that I would find some time to actually grind out a seasoned character on BDO. Because, I mean, I already have BDO. I bought it when it was on sale for like $5 like a long time ago. It's not just a pay to win, it's pay to play. And they don't have a subscription. Um uh so I've I've spent majority of the evenings for the past I would say, yeah, I started um yeah, I would say I started after my stream on Wednesday last week, and and so for the past 5 evenings I've been really focused on like pushing the season character in BDO. Um and um I've also been watching like a lot of BDO streams as well, and some PvP streams. And let me see how many hours have I actually ended up putting into it. So it says right now 37 hours, but about 5 of those hours were before I started again last week. So I put in a good chunk of time past 5 nights in pushing the season character. And here's the conclusion that I'm coming to. Number one, the BDO questing system. Well, okay. Let me take a step back. So here is what I think about BDO after the first 30 hours of pushing a seasonal character. Number one, it's a fun game. It's really pretty, and the combat is definitely unique, especially for an MMO. It's an action. It's not an ARPG, but it's action combat. Just like BDM is, but um, there are in BDM you only have 12 skills, of which you only have access to 8 at any given time. Whereas in BDO, you have a lot more skills and you have access to all of them at any given time. And the way they do that is because it's on PC, you you not only have like the normal MMO 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, the numbers row where you can assign like skills or potions to the hotbar, but the skills can be done through a combination of key presses, whether it's like left mouse button, right mouse button, like primary attack, secondary, but then you do that in combination with the Q or E or F or shift, or those keys in and around where the WSAD is, you get access to other skills. And then if you add on top of that, adding a direction, then there are even more skills. There are some skills that, like in BDM, allow you to move while you're doing the skill as well. So we're talking about 12 skills per class in BDM. 12 12 is maybe like half the number of skills just on your main base class. This is not including awakening skills or advanced skills. Now, the skill tree is absolutely complex. A lot of things that you can do. You can also modify skills with specific effects as you get, later in your character. And so, whereas skills in BDM have specific effects like heal on hit or recover MP on hit, in BDO, you can modify skills to have those effects added on. So just a lot of skills. Wonder how console does it in this skill system? My guess is that it is a combination between having the left trigger, right trigger, left bumper, right bumper, and then the 4 buttons on your right thumb. Because if you think about it, right, you have 8 as the base, and then you have access to basically another 16 by pressing like any one of those plus the four buttons. Well, even more than that, right? So with the controller, use like with different combinations, you can still have a lot of different options. And because a lot of them are like direction and a key as well, that also comes into play. So I think in BDO or console, you still have access to all of those skills. You just have to know how to do them. Number 2, the actual game engine that BDO is built on is the same engine as BDM. In fact, I believe one of the big moves that Perlibis did was they moved BDM fully onto the BDO engine, QuirxL. So if you ever launch BDM, you'll notice like in the bottom right-hand corner, as it's loading, it'll say QuirxL. That's the game engine, and that's the game engine that's both for BDM and BDO. I believe that was done with a purpose. You're wondering how they were able to bring Land of the Morning Light just a few months after it was released in BDO? Well, one of the reasons why would be they're using the same game engine for both BDO and BDM. And so the assets that they use can be reproduced. Number 3, the fidelity of the look and feel, especially of like towns like Valaya or Heidel. AMD 2 graphic options available, either normal or remastered. Yeah, I'm using the remastered version, which looks absolutely gorgeous. But when I first rode into Valaya, like, BDO has a lot more merchants and vendors in town than BDM does. However, like, the overall layout of where things were, right? The beach, the pier that goes out from the beach, the wharf that sits right there, right behind the pier, where the church is and things like that. They were all in this, same or very similar place in BDO as it is in BDM. So it was very familiar looking, and easy to navigate. Um, or the questing system. Um, for a PC-based game, the questing system is so much more like mobile questing, because it was just a lot. It was a lot of fetch quests, and you can auto path to quest point. Um, yeah, you can auto quest. I mean, you can auto run to quest points. Um, which was just fine. But it quickly became a skip fest because I had already played through the main quest on BDM, and the quest line is amazingly similar. Yes, there is more depth to the story in BDO, but the steps that it takes you through for the main storyline is pretty much the same. you you end up in Valaya, and then you do the Kron Castle thing, right? And then you go to Heidel, and um you do the Heidel quest line, then you go to Glish, and then you do the Glish quest. The big difference is um you get to choose between different quest lines at each of these major points, so you don't play like all of the quest line as you do in BDM. So um so that is a difference between BDO and BDM. um Main quest, subquest, Black Spirit, Life Skill quest, Awakening quest, and more. Yeah, they have a lot of different options, and you know what? I have not done a single bit of life skills yet. I've just been following the season path, which has primarily been skill quests and main story quests. So it is what it is. Now, what's up, War Child? So, what are the major detractions of BDO versus BDM? Um, it's a choice, either you like life skilling focus or adventuring. Yeah. You bought one, poor child? Congrats. Congrats. How much did that cost you? $1.1 trillion. Wow. Good for you. I mean, I'm thinking that a lot of us are going to just have to go in that direction because drop rates are so poor on the highs. So sell jewels to buy them. I mean, I might. Yeah, I might do that. But right now, I'm just gonna keep an eye out and see how it goes. So the major differences between BDO and BDM. Oh, before I get into that, which one do I think is better, BDO or BDM? And I'm going to say it's BDM. And BDO players will disagree, yada yada. BDO graphics is insane, sure, but BDM graphics is insane for mobile, and it's built on the same engine. So at some point when mobile devices are able to handle that similar level of graphics, sure, it can do that. So why do I say that BDM is better than BDO? Well, as I said before, the questing system is pretty much the same between BDM and BDO, and you get walked through the same thing. But the thing that BDO is lacking is you can't teleport to towns. You have to go there manually. Sure, you get a horse. Sure, they give you a tier 8 horse. Sure, it's kind of fast, but not really. In order to get your horse to go as fast as you see the streamers going, you have to train that horse baby up all the way up, I think, to level 30, right? That's a lot of riding horses in order to get that horse to train up, or you spend real money or other ways, to craft or buy the things to feed your horses to give it experience, to level it up. Um, Number two, the number of inventory slots that I currently have on my character in BDO is now, I think, up to 72. Yeah, like that guy who wasted $1,000 on a pen and it failed. Yeah. I wish BDO had teleportation to town. Yeah. So here's the thing. They do have a teleportation scroll that'll take you to the nearest town, but it's very, very rare. And I have yet to figure out how to craft it either. Okay. It is there, it is available, but it is very, very rare to do. Um, and let me tell you, the world bosses, they don't have Aielli's Rift, where you can just go into do the world bosses, just from any screen. No, you have to go to the site of the world boss and to do the world boss, which I like. I like that idea. Except if you're all the way on the other side of the map and you've got a slow ass horse, like, you're not gonna make it in time. Trust me, you're not. You're not gonna make it in time. Like at full speed, right? Like it takes me to get from the western edge of the desert in Valencia all the way to Valaya at full speed about 5 minutes. Every boss has a different location. That's right. So so this is what I'm talking about, right? Like immediately what's happening is for new players, you're getting locked out of content because of gameplay mechanics and system. I have yet to fight a world boss because I have not been able to make it there in time when they spawn. Never seen one. Regular bosses like Red Nose that come up through the quest. Nope, done them all. Fine. But world bosses, nope, haven't been able. Like, it pops up saying, "Ooh, Kazarka has spawned," except I can't get there. That's a problem. It's a big problem. That's a for late game, in order to craft like the boss gear, which you will need backups of, like if you're pushing pen, like you need to be able to do those world bosses, and those world bosses also drop some important, like other gear that only those world bosses drop. So, so there's that. Um, number two is right now. I'm up to, I think, about 72 inventory spaces on my character. And that's not spending any money on the game. That's all the free inventory slots, plus plus they give you like 2 weeks of the value pack, which gives you 16 inventory slots. Okay. When that value pack goes away, you lose those 16 inventory slots. In BDM, you start with 100. You start with more than twice as many inventory slots. You can expand up to 30 more for free using the black pearls that you earn in-game, or silver. So for each character, you have up to 130. And you have access to all of their store inventories from your bag, right? Because you can just switch to any of the characters and drag stuff out, right? Now they have family storage and BDO, but but yeah, the inventory slots are a problem. Did I see that Tory nerf? Yeah, I saw the Tory nerf. I don't know how much of a nerf it's really going to be. Ooh, I got a Chaos Jewel drop. Nice. Um, so it might hit her hard. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The lack of super armor in the back for Blooming Death might hurt, but it also is maintaining the knockback for 19 hits, which is ridiculous. So I don't know how you expect a character to get around behind the front guard of that skill if they're continually being knocked back. So yeah, the cannon video, spending $1,000 to get pen and failing. Yeah. Inventory is a huge problem in BDO. And in fact, like it is probably the number one reason why I probably won't play BDO on a consistent basis beyond, like getting that season character. Because it's a problem. I mean, it is a huge problem. Especially after the 2 weeks is up and I lose those 16 inventory slots, it's going to be ridiculous. Like, because number 3, we have the Haddam realm and the Chaos realm, which consolidates the drops and gets rid of trash loot. BDO does not have that. You are constantly picking up trash loot. And it is by far the most disgusting paywall that still exists in BDO. Like, it's an absolute travesty that it's still there. You want to know how much it costs to get 100 slots in your inventory? $60 per character. It's disgusting. Like, it's an absolute travesty of an inventory system. Sure, you got storage in all of the main towns, but in order to access storage from another town, you have to have this special skill or role or whatever that allows you to access the storage from all of your other storages in all the other towns, which is yet another paywall in inventory. So any BDO player saying that like the paywall for inventory has lessened, I call bullshit on that. Well, not worth the way he did it, but he wanted to show a BDO pay to win system. So Canon, I think, was focusing on the wrong pay to win system. He was talking about the punishment of gear enhancements, which kind of sucks. But it sucks in BDM as well, right? Which platform is giving PA more money, mobile or PC? Mobile by far. Mobile by far. Want to know why? because you have things you buy that give very, very clear and very direct pay for power. 3,000 shadow nuts, right? Oh, all those pearls. Right? Think about all those pearls they buy a resto scroll. Or 30,000 boss stamps, right? Like direct pay for power. In PC, the rest is skins or inventory and nothing else. Yeah. So a majority of the players that play BDO have been playing for long enough, and they've already spent enough money to broaden their inventory, so that pain has gone away. And they buy new skins that they like when it comes out, or like new furniture or things like that, a little bit here and there, and primarily for pride, not for power. In BDM, it's a very clear, very direct pay for power, and so people are more likely to spend, and they spend more. Which one is it faster to catch up on, BDM or BDO? BDM. Because you pay for power, and power is how you catch up. In BDO, you still have to grind a lot in order to get best in gear, best in slot. Because they also don't give out silver like they do in BDM. And the best way to get pen gear in BDO is not to craft it. No. You craft pet gear to sell on the market. You accumulate the silver to buy the pen gear on the market. Because what happens is people will get lucky and they will tap a tet to a pen and they will put it up on the market to sell because they might already have a pen black star, right? It's a lot of silver that you can get for getting a pen black star. So BDO cash out won't affect much the gameplay. Not directly, right? Canon showed how you can make it happen, and that's in a roundabout way. You have to buy things to convert it into silver, to buy cron stones in order to enhance. And it's really convoluted. Fine, whatever. But here's the thing. Trilobis developed a lot of quality of life systems for the mobile. A lot of that does not exist in BDO. All about RNG? No. I disagree. BDO, from my perspective, BDO's primary revenue system is new players and inventory. Because here's the thing. Inventory is so bad. It's so bad that I spent 15 minutes looking at the cash shop to figure out how much it would cost to get inventory slots. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's what they want in BDO. They want you to pay the, like, if you get it on sale for like $5 or $10, that's fine. Then what they want you to do is they want you to pay the $30 to $50 to get inventory slots for your character. Even stash system, you really hate it? Yeah. Your stash doesn't come with a lot of slots either. I believe it comes with maybe like 30 slots in each town, which you can't access all at once. You have to go to each of those towns in order to access those stashes, unless you buy or craft the whatever thing that allows you to do that. Number 3, I mean 4, I think we're on 4 now. You can't call your mount from anywhere. Did I ever do PvP on BDO? Not yet. And I'll get into that in a little bit. You can't call your mount from anywhere. You have to be within 150 meters of your mount in order to whistle for it. Unless you craft or buy the item necessary to call your horse from anywhere. Are you guys seeing a pattern here? I don't know how many of you guys ever played New World. I've been watching PvP streams and BDO PvP. Yeah, you know the horse whistle thing. Yeah. So here's the thing. If you're not within 150 meters of your horse, you can't call your horse. You can go to a nearby stable and have them recover your horse, at which point they come back at like 0 health, and you have to, you know, either feed them or spend silver to get their health back. And then and it's like, oh, and if you get off your horse could die if it's in a combat zone, at which point you would need to run back to town and revive your horse if the horse is revivable, which most of them are, right? So if you played New World, the number one complaint in New World was it takes forever to get anywhere. The reason why I think BDO is worse is it takes forever to get anywhere. Except I know that if I spent $50, all of that pain would go away. And that's just nasty. Like, that's predatory. Like, just that monetization mechanic itself, like I complain about the cash shop and BDM because I think there's too much on there, but whatever. But the thing is that, you know, like, sure, there's some obfuscation, with like, oh, you're gonna get some of this currency and some of that currency. But for the most part, like, you know, you're paying for power for the most part. Like, they don't hide it in BDM. And that's why I'm like, fine. Like, you're not hiding it, you're upfront about it. That's fine. In BDO, like, it's predatory. Um in PC PvP, you'll face real-time combat. Yeah, so I'll touch on the PvP aspect in a little bit for BDO. But what I can say is that the what it seems to me, my perception of BDO's monetization mechanics is new players pay for inventory and pay for convenience, and then by mid-game, player loses interest and then they leave. And so BDO has to farm new players for revenue. You guys know how expensive it is to get a new player playing your game? It's not cheap. Marketing, awareness, etc., it's not cheap. Do you need to PvP on BDO to progress or increase CP? No, you don't. Absolutely not. I mean, you can get better stuff, but like, that's the reason to stop playing it. Even you get the free standard edition. So it's 100% PvE? No, there is PvP. They've got arena PvP. They've got something like Raminus, but it's different. But it's a 3v3 arena. And then and they have like Node Wars. They have Castle Siege. They've got that. It's just on different server. Yeah, they have a dedicated PvP server, which at some point I will probably move to because a lot of the people that I met are on Arsha, the PvP server. But you can also jump servers at any time. Like, you have a cooldown, I think, of 5 minutes. So if you want to just farm in peace, you can farm in peace on Heidel or Madaya. And then when you want a PvP, you go over to Arsha. Which is fine. But the thing is like, the model that they have for BDO for revenue is farming new players, which is really expensive. Which I think is also the reason why they make those quality of life things really expensive to buy, or takes a really long time in order to get, you know, by farming and things. Right? Just the horse speed alone. Just the horse speed alone is ridiculous. And because there's no teleporting, like, So it's really predatory for new players. Other PC MMOs have teleport. Why don't BD have money? Yeah. But the thing is, once you've played it long enough, you get to a point where you have all of the things to make so that it doesn't hurt as much. Like the Dream Horse, fully trained, lightning speed. You can get all the way across the map in no time whatsoever. Easy peasy. Like I've seen plenty of streamers like it, one of them like has a Pegasus one, and it's like that mount is flying, like literally flying across the map. So so once again, which one do I think is better? I think BDM by a while, because they've put in more of those quality of life systems as like a base system for the players, and they're monetizing this game with more of a pure pay for power. And you know what? They're honest and upfront about it, and I appreciate that honesty. I appreciate that honesty by a lot. Like, in BDO, like an immediate way to retain like players for longer, I think would be to have more of those travel map scrolls that you can use to travel back to town. Like it reminds me of like the out in the great ocean, the scrolls that you get to go straight to a port. Like that's what it is. And I wish like you could just buy them from the general store or something on a regular basis. That would make things a lot more enjoyable. Number two, the PvP systems that we have on mobile is actually a lot more mature than it is on BDO. Here's what I think happened. BDO was released in 2014. BDM was released in Korea in 2018. And I feel like what probably happened after BDM was released was they realized just the monetization curve on BDM was a lot steeper. They can make a lot more revenue a lot quicker on the mobile version. So they slowed down developing content on the BDO side to focus on developing on the BDM side. It won't add Pegasus and BDM for some reason. Sure, that's fine. Like we don't need to have everything that BDO has. BDO really, 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 really needs some of the things that BDM has. Like earlier today before coming on stream, like while I was trying to grind out a level, like I was finding myself like clenching my jaw at doing the like, and my fingers were starting to get cramps because I was doing the same. Well, so I decided to go Awaken Wusa on BDO because I was like, Awaken Wusa on BDM is pretty OP, and I hear Awaken Wusa on BDO is kind of OP as well. And because in BDO you have the ability to modify skills with specific effects, I just went, okay, well, on this one primary PvE skill, I'm going to put heal on hit and recover MP on hit. Boom. So basically, I only use one skill in combat. Um, and because BDO has no auto, that means you have to do it over. I'm basically sitting there just WSAD and just I'm holding down my right mouse button and I'm just directing where my character's going, and that's all I'm doing, and I'm holding it in that position for hours. 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 That's why I was getting cramps. It's like at that point, like, yeah. You play KRBDM, you'll see even a lot things in Cash Hop, but sometimes you lost your MMORPG vibe. So once again, like, I don't mind the blatant pay for power as long as they continue to create PvP game modes where they reduce the gap, right? Like for Node Wars, they have like they have CP cap nodes, they have player cap nodes, like there are ones that are capped at 15 players and there are ones that are capped at 30, right? Every MMO you play is very limited. You can no longer keep playing and never covering the 10-hour gameplay. Yeah, no, I mean like I mean I spent an hour on BDO just doing the one skill and going around a location farming, getting a cramp in my hands, and I was like, this experience is terrible. And I'm only level 58. I have 2 more levels to go to level 60 to complete the season. And I don't have enough like combat experience boosts. That's well, yeah. I don't think I have one that stacks. All right, in 15 minutes. Matter, but no matter how much you gain, no matter how long you year by year you've been doing the same thing. Yeah, I mean, inject a little bit of difference here and there, but pretty much the same thing for a long period of time. But in the case of BDO, it's a lot of like rote, like base things like farming for an hour is just Now, about the PvP. To be good at PvP, it takes more skill to be good at PvP in BDO than BDM. Even with broken classes, you have to be better. You have to be more skilled in PvP on BDO than you do in BDM. And you need to be better by quite a bit. And the reason why is because there are a lot more skills for each class. Because in BDO CP doesn't matter. I mean, it does. Like, you still have AP and DP. So you still have to get your gear up. Um, the number one is they don't have target lock in BDO. So one of the nice things about BDM is you have this target lock, which in 1v1 situations, you target lock and it, like switches your view to keep focus on your opponent. Because you don't have target lock in BDO, you have to swivel. And because it's action combat, right, the direction you're facing is where you're going to attack. So if you over swivel, you could miss your opponent. So missing a grab or grapple is a lot more common in BDO than it is in BDM. So even though there are broken classes, there really isn't a way for a noob to take a broken class and beat up on an experienced PvPer. Whereas in BDM, you can. I mean, in fact, we used to have somebody in our guild that played a broken class and would, record his arena videos. I was like, I sent him a message saying, you know, people don't find it impressive when you're winning an arena playing on a known broken class. Like, it's great that you're winning and you're posting them and you're boasting about it, but I don't think it's getting the kind of traction that you think that you think it is. And then he quit our guild like half an hour later. So, like, I'm just saying the truth. Like, been there too long ago. Yeah. Um. So I am looking forward to finishing my season character on BDO, and moving over to the PvP server and trying it out. Um. I do think it'll be fun. I do think it'll be a challenge, and I think like because it'll be a challenge to learn, I think will give me something to work on. But I also know like I'm not that good at PvP anyways, so I've gotta tamp down my expectations. No, didn't you already win? Okay. Wow, laid down Leighton real quick. The market. Oh, it was because I hit the button twice on accident. Uh-oh. I see there's a you're still a little early now. Mobile players are hungry, getting plus bundle so badly. All right. Well, it is just about that time for the last giveaway for the month of October. Remember, in this giveaway, if you win, you'll get a coupon code, and that coupon code will come with 2 months of the Plus Pack and a variety of other resources. It's a $20 value. The exclamation point raffle to get in. Exclamation point raffle to get in. Anyone but Doans. We'll see. You know, 272,000 Adana. That's not a lot, but that'll have to do. I'm gonna. Here, scam. Ah. All right. So I am interested in finishing up my season character and going to the PvP server for BDO, but I will definitely say that after the past 5 days of playing BDO, there are major quality of life problems for new players that make it almost, I mean, it makes it really, really miserable. Like, there are a lot of fun parts to play in BDO, but like my experience as an experienced gamer is like, oh my god, this is it's really kind of ridiculous. So if you're playing BDM, be grateful you chose the better one. If you play BDO, play BDM. It's a lot better than BDO. Sure, it is a lot more pay to win than BDO is. Fine, but as a game, it's a lot better. It's a lot better. By miles. Miles. BDM has better PvP modes. Like, you can log on, play anywhere. Like, if you want to do the AFK farming 24/7, you can do AFK farming 24/7. Like, you know, the only way that I'm able to stream BDM is that it respects my time enough. Other than when I used to be the GM, it did not. But it respects my time enough where I can focus on just streaming mostly like the interesting parts, like the PvP. They make great desert changes. Oh yeah, the Great Desert. The Great Desert in BDO versus BDM. In BDO, you have to be careful because if you stay out in the desert too long, you get a debuff called a heat stroke, where you lose health every 5 seconds, and that debuff lasts for 10 minutes unless you drink purified water. So, while there's no limit to how long you can be out in the desert, you just have to carry a lot of water and a lot of star anise tea in case you're out in the desert overnight. You have to protect yourself against hypothermia, like it's super cold. So, kind of a pain. I'll do this while we wait on the giveaway to finish up. If you don't have a life, have a lot of time to spare, no other responsibilities to take care of, BDO is good for you. So, being a GM in BDO is harder because they have politics, which I think is great and it's interesting, but also I'm kind of glad that BDM doesn't have it. Imagine having to negotiate with guild masters from your ally guilds on a regular basis. Oh, there are a lot more guild wars in BDO than there is in BDM. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that because it's only AP DP, and also there aren't a lot of other PvP modes. All right. Raffle is over. Let's go ahead and see who did not win. It was not Doe. Congratulations, Opal. You have won the last giveaway of October. All right, Opal, go ahead and claim. There you go. All right. Congratulations, Opal. You won the raffle. And you claimed it with the dad joke. Here you go. What do rabbits do after they get married? What do rabbits do when they get married? Buy a bigger house? I mean, makes sense that that's what you would think. Go on a hoppy moon. Very close. Go on a bunny moon. Yep. All right, so that does it for our giveaway for the month of October. Once again, tomorrow, Wednesday, is a new month. So next Monday, we'll have new codes for the month of November. And so in Discord, Weaponized Niceness sent a different energy setting. for Ari after watching me fail a lot on Wednesday. So I'm going to give um you guys see that notification pop up? Um, so I'm going to so Bari and Sangakshi are weakened because of the moon aura. I'm struggling with Bari Calamity 4. So we'll give that a shot. Well, this is not good because the problem is still she goes into these areas where there's See, a lot of it has to do with the fact that when she spawns in areas where there isn't a lot of room around her, and so it's like, wow. Look at that. I mean, it really does have a lot to do with not being able to move around her when she's at the edges. Yeah, I'm already out of dodges. like this corner here. Oh my god. Now I'm basically dead. Now I can't catch up in the healing enough. Not being able to move around her. Not being able to move around her is a real pain in the butt. Right. Oh, good God. Like, this is ridiculous. Not gonna be good. Oh my god. Oh my god. I think I just held my breath on that entire run. That was what, 30 minutes for Calamity 4? Good God. All right. Before Leighton and before call it a night, let's go ahead and let's look at some camp redecorations. It is Halloween, and I know there's a fluke going, and I'll take advantage of that soon. But one of the cool things about this game is they give you a lot of ornaments. Now, I'll be upfront and I'll say I have not done anything with my camp because I'm lame like that. But I did ask if people wanted to share their camps. And I know one of them was Bato. And don't worry, stream, I'm gonna go to your camps here soon too. All right. Ooh, spooky tree. All right, though, we'll go to your camp. We'll go to your camp next. At the Belshwan statue. It looks nice and creepy. Like it. Farms over here. Look at how organized this is. Damn. This is Big Bato. Nice wide open space. I like it. Just because you said don't go, we're gonna go. Ha ha! Let's go to nose camp. Ha ha! Functional. Those like me, no decorations. Let's see if somebody else. Nope. Got this big brazier out here, but functional, evenly spaced. Ooh, ooh, ooh. This is Jarrett Domongat. So this is something that they knew that they added into the game is an NPC's camp as a way of giving people an example of what the camp could look like. A nice central square. This is like the old stables, like level 1 stables. You can tell she doesn't have a lot of workers, only 2 farm plots. I wonder if they're going to have her level up her camp. Opals isn't Halloween. Anybody on stream redecorate for Halloween? Oh, I might have actually gotten rid of No Trouble. All right, let's check out Miss K's. Miss K said that she redecorated. Ooh. Wow. Look at that. Central Square has these pumpkin scarecrows, a pumpkin table, and this freaky tree. Also, it's really nice because it's now nighttime, so it also shows off the fact that she doesn't have like a lot of light lamps out. Ooh, and the gargoyle statues. Ah, that. Put all 3 gargoyle statues and the big one out. Functional corner. All these gates with the Halloween. Oh, it's really nice. Like she put like a centerpiece in each of the corners in the center, and then built around that. So here's the other one. Another pumpkin table. Nice. Wonder if I still have this. No longer have what? Yeah, she did go all out. I like it. So this is definitely, gosh, it's been so long since I've done anything to my camp. But usually I do it. I usually do my camp like before and after Christmas. Go all out for Christmas. So we'll do this again for Christmas. Now, before I log off for the night, there's one last thing. Once again, hopefully you have not run Rift. And if you have not run Rift, good. Save your scrolls. Rift is changing tomorrow. Number two, Warchild, you'll be happy to know that costumes and outfits are coming tomorrow. I believe they're going to re-release all of the Halloween outfits for all of the characters, plus probably a couple of new ones. So if you've saved up some black pearls, good, because you'll definitely be able to get more outfits. And last but not least, we will see you guys on Wednesday for Atumak and Garmoth. I was going to do Raminus, but because there's a flute running, I'm going to go ahead and get some more Idana, and then I might do Raminus off stream afterwards. But I'm not a big fan of just streaming my farms, so I think we'll call it a night for now. Um, with that, we'll see you guys all on Wednesday. Have a good night.